Hello and welcome back to the Best Today YouTube channel. Today I am talking about the Best Today Guide, our signature product, an undated 14-week paper guide. Chances are if you're watching this video, you've heard something about the Best Today Guide. You may know the Best Today Guide. Maybe you own the Best Today Guide. You're considering the Best Today Guide. Wherever you fall on the knowledge of Best Today Guide scale, I want you to first understand the genius behind it. And what really sets it apart from other products on the market, from other planning products and traditional planners, schedulers, all of the things that fall under those umbrellas. It's the Best Today Guide's 3-step proven process. So today I'm just going to talk to you about what those 3 steps are. I've also linked below 3 videos where I walk you through the 3 steps and showing you how I use my Best Today Guide executing each one of the 3 processes. So make sure you watch those videos. Again, they'll be linked below. So let's get started and talk about what is the Best Today Guide's 3-step process. So first off, the 3 steps are to preview your week every single week, plan every day the night before or day before, and begin every day with the Best Today morning practice. We're going to break down each one of those things and explain how you do that inside of the Best Today Guide. Okay, let's start with the first step, which is to preview your week every single week. So once you begin your Best Today Guide, after you're done with your getting started pages, the very first thing you see is an open page spread where you clear your week and preview your week. So it looks a little bit like this. It's a 2-page spread every week. So there are 14 of these because the Best Today Guide covers 14 weeks. And what happens is the first thing you do is clear your mind before you sit down to look at your calendar, to look at your whatever it is that keeps your dates and what's coming up. Before you look at that, I want you to start thinking about what's on your mind. What are the things you know you need to do that maybe you haven't even written down anywhere? Whatever is circling up there, I want you to clear that out because I want you to begin planning your week from a place of clarity and not carrying around extra baggage. What I do when it's time to clear my preview my week every week, I actually start with the preview first. Well, it varies. Some weeks I start over in the clear your mind, some weeks I start in the preview. You can do whichever, and chances are you'll flip-flop as well. But I pull up my electric calendar, which is kept by my assistant, and I add any dates, specific things, calls, traveling, conferences I'm speaking at, birthdays, the specific things that have specific dates or times I put on my week. And then I think about what is my focus for this week? What is my focus for work? Do I have a focus at home that we're working on this week? And I write that down. Every week has a preview. Under the preview your upcoming week, a week of, so you write the whatever week this is, because again, the beauty of the Best Today Guide is that it's undated so that you can start 365 days of the year. You don't have to wait for the beginning of the year, beginning of a month, beginning of a quarter. The day it arrives, you can open the Best Today Guide up and begin using it. And that was an intentional thing for me to keep this as an undated product. So open it up. Under preview your week, you are going to talk about what you're primarily focused on for the week, what you will have done by Friday or whatever is your end of the week day for you. And then you literally preview your week, what's coming up. The point of that is so that you can see, okay, well, this is what my week is looking like so far, or my week's looking pretty full. Or I noticed that I have calls spread out Monday, Wednesday, and Friday. Why don't I start making a point to only schedule calls on this day and only schedule errands on this day, only schedule appointments on this day? So you can start getting a feel and a visual feel for what your weeks actually look like before it starts. One, if you need to correct anything and say, okay, this is too much for me this day, I'm gonna have to create some boundaries here, or I'm not gonna allow this to happen again. Or wow, I have a lot more space here than I thought I did. Let me do X, Y, or Z. The beautiful thing about previewing your week is before the week begins, you already have a sense of what is to come for the week. And so that is the first step, clearing your mind, however you might need to do, and then really getting a sense for what is coming up this week. You can use this page to do so many other things, and we have users who do different things. Some people put their meals here, if they're as far as like specific what day they're going to do a meal. Some people put their workouts here in addition, but use your preview your week as you see fit. but that's what it's for. And you do this before the week begins, so no later than Sunday. Usually anywhere, I always say between Friday, Saturday, Sundays, when you're gonna sit down and preview your week. And that is the first step in the Best Today 3-step process. Step number 2 is to plan every day, the day or night before. I love this step. It is the step that I actually teach people before I even enter or put Best Today guides out into the world. I've been teaching this one simple step, and I'm telling you, it will change how you live your days. You will begin to see the intention and how you're less distracted, how you spend less time doing things that you later regret or say, what was the point of that? Or what did I do all day? If you found yourself saying, well, where'd the time go? Or I was supposed to work on that and I don't know what happened. Planning every day, the night or the day before, helps you on the front end to be proactive. And so the second step is to plan every day the night before on your page here that you have for every single day for 14 weeks. So you start with writing out the date, what time you're gonna wake up, being intentional about when am I going to get started with my day. If we're gonna be intentional, we're gonna be intentional from the beginning to the end, right? Even if you're intentionally sitting on the couch doing nothing, that's a thing, enjoy it. But you're gonna write down what that rise time is, what you're gonna do for your morning routine, what you're gonna do for your mental, emotional, and physical health. Notice we haven't said a thing about what time your meetings are, going to the grocery app and ordering groceries or going to the grocery store or whatever. We haven't gotten to any of that yet because right now it doesn't matter because we're gonna focus on being versus doing first, right? We're gonna take care of our beings. What do I need when I wake up for my mornings? How do I wanna start my morning? And what am I gonna put in place so that I can be sure that tomorrow, because you're planning this the day before, I am doing something, hopefully some things that are protecting and nourishing my mental health, my emotional health, my physical health. These things that we put to the back burner that we're quick to say, oh, I'll squeeze it in somewhere right before dinner or right after this. Oh, I think I might have no more living your life where it's full of all the things you have to do and then you're poking holes trying to gasp for air for the things that actually matter. We're gonna be proactive and put that on the front end. So before the day begins, I always know, what am I gonna do in this day to take care of my mental health, my emotional health, and my physical health? You're gonna write that down. And then you're gonna write down by the end of the day what you will have accomplished. The one most important thing, not all the things, but one thing. Here is what I need to make sure I have made progress on or done or feel. You get to write it down. Even if it's by the end of the day, I will feel, I will think, I will do, I will have completed. There's a line to complete that one line, and then you list out your results and outcomes. And we call this result and outcomes because I want you to think deeper and better and more substantive than to-dos. To-dos tend to be, let me write down all the things that I think might get done. Realistically though, I know they all can't. Or I could, but actually, if I think about it, these things actually aren't important. They're not moving me toward a specific end. They're not moving me toward a result I actually need or outcome I actually need. And so I want you to think about what are the results and outcomes that you actually need for your life to complete in that day. And so you write down your results and outcomes. There's also this blank space, which I use a lot for what I'm making for dinner, and then our evening routine. And that's what you're gonna plan out every single day before the day begins. I'm gonna tell you, it gets easier as you do it. I can do this in minutes. And many women, after they get started with this practice, you can go through this very quickly. But even if you can't, would you let time, like if you say, I need help with time, so I need a quick way to get more time. No, I'm gonna teach you this method, the second step, all of the steps as they work together to help you to be more proactive and intentional with your time. If time is your problem, then you are the problem. If time is your problem, you are the problem, because you can be proactive and intentional with your time, but it takes sitting down and doing these things like planning your week, previewing your day, being intentional, being proactive, thinking about these things before it happens, being anticipatory of what might happen, leaving space in your day for hiccups, for something to take longer than you thought, for the school to call and say, we need you to come pick up little Tyrone, right? We have to make space for these things. And this is a process. This is not a, let me buy this thing and it'll teach me how to be perfect in 2 weeks. That's not the promise. The promise is to learn to be consistent, to learn to be far more thoughtful and intentional about the things you do that fill up your time, because what's taking up your time is taking up the days and the space that becomes your life. So that's step 2, is to plan every day, the night or day before, and we teach you exactly how throughout the Best Today guide. We guide you through it every single day. That's step 2. And lastly, there's step 3. Begin every morning with the Best Today morning practice, which asks 4 questions. I'll show you. That looks like here. Those questions. First, you write out your bedtime. What time are you going to turn down this evening? The date, or whatever time, because I know some people have schedules that are the opposite. What does my best today look like? That's the first question you're going to answer. We're setting that bar at the very beginning of your day. What does my best look like today? And it's today, not what did my best look like yesterday. It's what is it going to be today? For me, I usually flip and I say, okay, here's what today is going to require me to do. And based on that, here's what I need. This is what my best looks like today. I get to define it for me in this day, right? Those are the key things. My and today, right? Your best today. Write that out. And then, like I said, I have a video below where I share some of the things that I do when I'm filling this out in the morning. The second thing is, what are the self-destructive things that you do that you need to avoid today? You have them. I have them. We all have them. And they're not going away if you don't address them, if you're not aware of what those things are that are robbing you of the opportunity to be your best, to progress. Let's call those things out so that we can have them at the forefront of our minds. And when we find ourselves going to slip into those things, those habits, those practices, writing it down the morning before is going to kind of bring that awareness, and you're going to catch yourself and say, you know what? I've said that when I do this, it's self-destructive. Why would I do something that literally destroys what I am trying to do in my life? I'm going to step back and I'm not going to do that. I'm not going to enter that negative thought. I'm not going to pick up that phone and just scroll. I'm not going to contact that person who I said was someone I don't need to be in a relationship with. I'm going to set that boundary that I said I lack boundaries. So that's the importance of really identifying those habits, those self-destructive habits. And in the getting started pages in the beginning, you do some work to help you start thinking through those before you ever even get to these steps. The third question is my vision for the future. It's so important to understand that your vision for the future is not to be thought about when you're retiring or when you're 50, 60, 70, 80. It's to be thought about right now. And if you're 50, 60, 70, 80, it's still to be thought about right now, because what you're doing every day is laying a path, a golden path to some end, to some future. And I want you to go to the one you want. I want it to be intentional. And to be able to make that connection between today and the future is really important. And keeping your vision for your future at the forefront of your mind is so key. It's one of the things. We just recently had someone reach out to us and said she's been doing the Best Today guide for 6 months. And she was wondering, I'm writing a lot of the same thing every day. And it took 6 months for the light bulb to go off. And she learned something about herself and what she truly desires, what she truly wants. 6 months, right? Which is not a long time, but for some, it's like, I did the same thing for 6 months. It works. I just need you to trust the process. And so you write down, and you don't have to write the same thing every day. And the future could be tomorrow, next year, 30 years from now. You get to decide. And then that last very small part is one thing I'm doing today that progresses me toward my vision for the future, so that every day you remember to make that connection between today and the bigger tomorrow, right? And remembering why we do what we do in the days is to get us to a place that we want to be, to both be and become, is really important. And so you'll see those themes interwoven into everything here at Best Today, but in particular here in the Best Today guide. You've heard me say the word intention probably who knows how many times in this video, and future and your vision, because it's that important. And those are the 3 steps, when you put them all together, that make up the Best Today guide 3-step process. You preview every week before it begins, you plan every day, the day or the night before, and you begin every morning with those 4 questions: your best, your behavior, your vision for the future, and one thing you're doing today to progress yourself toward that vision for your future. To learn more about the Best Today guide, First, watch more of the videos, which I've linked below. And second, you can visit besttodayguide.com to not only learn more about the Best Today Guide, see inside of the Best Today Guide, but to order your Best Today Guide. And remember that every order of the Best Today Guide comes with 1 month, your very first month, free in our Best Today membership, because we want to make sure that we surround you with a community of women who are also on this journey of being their best one today at a time. So remember, watch the videos below, and if you enjoyed this video, if it was helpful, even if it was helpful in helping you understand that the Best Today Guide is not for you, make sure to make sure to comment, there we go, and subscribe to our channel, because we also have loads of videos about routine and planning that can help you right where you are so that you can be on the journey of being your best one today at a time. Bye for now. Hey, have you downloaded the Best Today Planning Manual? Inside, I'm teaching you how to think differently about planning, what planning is and what it is not, and the crucial thing that stands in the way between you and having effective planning, particularly when it comes to planning your day. In fact, I give you a checklist for exactly how to plan out your day every single day so that you can be proactive and intentional with your time. You can download it right now for free at besttodayguide.com/plan. That's besttodayguide.com/plan, which I've also linked below. Get yours today at besttodayguide.com/plan, the Best Today Planning Manual. If you enjoyed this video, I've got another video that I know you're gonna love. I've linked it below. Check it out. You're gonna love it.